Come on in from the cold. And take the first seat you can find. Because you'll be shocked at what we have to offer. From top to bottom. Unlike this guy, we're willing to share some of life's funniest moments. We've got tumbles and stumbles. And that's how the cake crumbles. So stay on course. And don't lose your balance, because we are diving face first into some of life's funniest moments. They go together like Rama Lama Ding Dong and Bebop Shabooby Bop. It's song and dance. It's not every accordion player that can bring down the house. Some have to settle for bringing down the chair. Jimmy was concerned that his entrance may have been too subtle. So he decided to go right to his big closer. Nothing grabs the audience's attention like a stage dive. Nothing more exciting than mixed doubles musical chairs. It's twice as exciting as the singles competition. And just like in all sports, the hyper-competitive boys cancel each other out and a young lady carries the day. Yes, 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 we have a winner. Oh, joy! Jimmy couldn't believe he got to dance with Cindy, the prettiest girl in class. He was determined to impress her with his skill and enthusiasm. Well, at least his enthusiasm. Five men, one dream. To perform Swan Lake with such breathtaking perfection that the crowd would have no choice but to applaud enthusiastically. See, dreams really do come true. Sort of. Two ways to stand out at a wedding: wear a white tuxedo and reenact scenes from The Karate Kid. When it comes to sharing, it's mine, not yours. When you're looking to get someone to share their tuna with you, the magic word is please. But barking works too. This is the cat dish. Well, scratch that. This was the cat dish. Now it's the turtle dish. Looks like cat food, tastes like victory. A cat and dog enjoying a quiet meal together. That's something you don't see every day. And you're not going to see it today either. I guess we know who wears the collar in this house. The Doberman wants the toy frog, but the bird is putting up a very good front. Unfortunately, he forgot all about the back. Don't waste a walk to the fuse box. It's just life's funniest moments unplugged. When you're the older brother, you're expected to show your little brother the ropes. First, you show him how to go down the hill. Then you show him how to fall. Whoa, with a brother like you, he's a quick study. The key to walking on the runway in high heels is, remember, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Oh, abort, abort, abort. That's what I call a fashion don't. Dog food tastes pretty good right out of the can. But Randy thinks it would be delicious if it were roasted. This motorcycle rider is testing two things: the limits of athletic ability and the limits of his health care plan.
Oh my, yeah.
Are you gonna pick my bike up?
Oh, it's okay, dude.
Here's a twist on one-on-one basketball. It's one-on-none basketball. And right now, Larry's winning, but just barely. It's Peter's first tricycle, and he seems to be a natural at pedaling. Braking is going to come with time, but he is a heck of a peddler. Grandma used to do this with her grandma back in the old country. Of course, the old country wasn't quite as hilly. Riding a sled, like riding a horse, can be a bit unpredictable. But just like riding a horse, it is important to get right back up on. And if you get thrown again, maybe you should consider walking. Coming up, a tree's bite is worse than its bark. And a kid has his cake, but can he eat it too? When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. They say there's nothing more serene than the face of a child at play. Let's see if that holds up. You know what Svetlana wants for Christmas next year? To go outside.
No.
There's no dog leg on this hole, but there is a cat leg. In fact, there's a whole cat on the green. And the kid finishes the day one over, but the cat ends up one under. What's Billy doing with the patron saint of concussions? Oh, that's what. Roger is trying to give his bike a jump start, but it doesn't seem to be working. There, it took. It was the perfect spot for sledding. 2 awesome hills and only 1 tree to worry about. Of course, not only could Jimmy find a needle in a haystack, but it would probably poke him in the eye to boot. Misha is turning 5 years old and is a big boy now. Bigger than we thought. Of course, big boys don't cry over spilled milk. Spilled cake, on the other hand, well, that's a whole new kettle of fish. Well, not fish. Well, you know what I mean. If you think watching paint dry is hilarious, then trust me, you are easily amused, like these folks. They say necessity is the mother of invention. I say when the TV breaks is the mother of invention. Gotta keep entertained somehow. A tip to all you overachieving cats out there, you can catch some of the mice, but if you catch all of the mice, then the only thing you'll have left to fight with is the plant. And that's not much of a challenge, unless you're easily amused. Behold the electric hamster doll. Pull the string and it vibrates. It's an incredible combination of plushy softness and state-of-the-art technology. But to a dog, it's dental floss. Rocco is a messy dog, so Francine is teaching him how to blow bubbles. That way, he can make a mess that cleans up after itself. Don't you want to see the dog let go of that thing and have it fly into camera? Yeah, me too. Oh, look at that nice family. Don't let go, doggy. This hamster is thinking, when am I getting to the top floor of this cheese? Nobody tell him. Tired of people using your pen without permission? Then you need the revolutionary pen borrowing deterrent, the detonator. Freeloading pen pillagers will get a slight shock that will blast them back into the real world. A world where polite people ask first and write later. Yes, the detonator. Wherever fine paper products are sold, get yours today. Coming up, a not-so-great escape and a mother-daughter faceplant. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. Watching our show instead of doing the dishes? Now that's using your head.
King of the mountain, huh? Hey, look at him. Look at him. Look at itching.
Why is this goat rubbing his face up against the barn?
Look at this.
Well, it's a real head scratcher.
I got him, yep. Got him, yep.
They say curiosity killed the cat, but it got the dog's head stuck in a flower pot. It's not often that we get to say this, but those birds back there are the smartest thing in the room. It's funny hat day at the zoo. What's funny about the polar bear's hat? It's not on his head. When flying a kite, you need a steady hand, a brisk wind, and a solid helmet. Or a very hard head. Make new friends, but keep the old. That way you can borrow money from the new friends so you can pay back the money you borrowed from the old friends. Right, Reggie? Hey, those dancing lessons are really paying off. Now, if Elaine could only get Paco to take some walking lessons. This doggy is really upset. See, the kids used to play with him all the time. But now they spend all day on that trampoline. Well, he shouldn't worry. When they're worn out from bouncing, they'll need a friend to lick the sweat off their faces.
Now that's a lovebird.
That's a lovebird.
A best friend is someone who gives you her shoulder to cry on. But sometimes you have to tell even your best friend, get off my back. The good news is, these sled dogs have extensive training in pulling the sled. The bad news is, they have no training in direction. We're not sure what these bears are doing, but it's clear that they must be friends. Because you don't line up like this with your enemies. One of the happiest moments in a girl's life is when her mother teaches her to sled. One of the most awkward moments in a mother's life is when she must tell her daughter she doesn't know how to sled. Coming up, the amateuriest amateur of all amateur photographers, when we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. This woman is very photogenic.
Place to have.
And she better be. She's recording an entire videotape of herself.
Nothing's happening here. Yes. I don't see anything. Did you charge one? No. Another.
And so ends another installment of How Not to Use a Camcorder. See you next time.